Hello everyone, I am the MLP Connoisseur, and welcome to the reaction highlights and thoughts to the 24th episode of the 5th season of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. And before we start this off, I just want to quickly say thank you so much for 250 subscribers. An announcement video for the second question and answer special will be posted on Wednesday. If you're viewing this on Monday or Tuesday, then you'll be able to know this in advance. If not, then you'll still be able to see the Q&A for at least a week before the questions is closed, and a Q&A 2 will be released. I once again just want to thank you all for the immense amount of just views and just comments and feedback. I've enjoyed getting a nice few comments on each of my synopsises, and I'm really happy to have provided it to you. I just also wanted to say one thing about this episode. One, I heard that this episode has a Lady Gaga kind of theme to it, and I'm not going to say straight off the bat I hate those kind of songs, but something tells me in my heart that the songs in this episode might not be my taste. I'm not going to say that they're bad. I'll listen to the lyrics, and, you know, it's just my opinion. You might like them, I might not. So, without further ado, we're going to watch the main attraction, and this is a send-off to Amy Keating Rogers. That is who I thought it would be. This is her last episode because I believe she was hired by Disney and she's being a full-time something there. But I hope this is a great send-off. Without further ado, we'll watch the episode. This already sounds like a song. Oh, look, it's the planner. I was thinking that.
Pony is very demanding. No. Yeah. I completely understand.
She's gonna have trouble. Appledog's gonna have trouble accepting who she is now. That ain't no Philly voice, to be quite honest, but I'll accept it for the good voice it is.
Once Rara gets here, you'll see she's just a plain old pony like you and me.
Oh, she's going to have a really bad time accepting the fact that she's changed. Wow, that face is nightmare fuel. I'm never going to rewind to that part ever again. In fact, I'm going to skip it.
I call Vistra Fernando.
Someone make art of that. I would. But it would just be two white lines on MS Paint.
Okay, we're going to make Fernando the Straw now, and I have a really good feeling about this. I have a really good feeling that this is going to turn out to be a really good piece of art, and I hope that a lot of people comment and enjoy it on my DeviantArt page. So we're going to begin with a line at a 45-degree angle facing northeast, and then a line joining that, drawn from the bottom to the top. And, well, there you have it. This is Fernando the Straw. I hope you've enjoyed this art session 101 with me on how to draw Fernando the Straw. I will be uploading this to DeviantArt shortly, and I hope that everybody enjoys its glory and its masterfulness.
Well, by some miracle, your requests have been reasonably met. So let us move on to rehearsal.
Okay. Pausing for a sec. I know that the synopsis said something along the lines of the manager being, I would use the word overbearing, at least, he's not a very motivative person, in the sense that, he's not easily pleased. And I feel like this is sort of heading down the path of Diamond Tiara, where they're making him seem like the character that we just can't like, and can't see him turn around and be more friendly. Because, in the sense, he's the manager, and he's the one sort of in control, probably of finances and planning. In the meantime, Countess, I'm going to say Rara. In the meantime, Rara is, the one actually doing the singing. So she should be making the shots, because it's up to her whether she and the manager profit. So, I also wanted to say, obvious her name is Rara, because, Lady Gaga, the song, if you don't know the song, get hip and know the song.
Oh my shining star. Thanks to the sparkling costumes, dazzling choreography, and brilliant vocal effects that I designed, your performance was spectacular, Countess Coloradora.
Again, it's sound effects, not sound as in singing. I mean, in a real performance, there's no way she could actually sing like that with just the sudden cuts back and forth and such. That's why I don't like it. I don't like sound effects. I mean, if your voice is good enough to sing, it's good enough to sing. Not good enough to edit. Good enough to sing one full recording. You don't have to record, loop it, and that's a song. No. If you have a good voice, you can project it. You got the talent. You can sing without someone changing it up. And that's just my opinion. I don't dislike a lot of dubstep and electronic and this kind of like music that has it just cutting back and forth. This song, I mean, I'm listening to the voice. I'm not listening to the cutting back and forth, like the type of song. The voice is great. The singing voice is 10 out of 10. She has it. I would rather her sing another kind of song, is what I have a problem with.
Oh, no, you don't understand. Creating all those elements.
Cancel the contest for the fillies and schedule me a spa treatment. Now that I don't have to oversee.
Wow, use it for your own good and
Have time for the
leisure.
works.
Pinky
Okay,
has taken a
Countess
lot in this
Coloradora.
episode already.
All taken care of.
She's taken a lot of
You know the
hits.
drill.
Oh wow. This is what I like. Piano. But how do hooves work? Seriously. The hell is going on? This has to be automatic piano. Playing with her eyes closed is also pretty hard.
Apple Bloom, Sweetie Belle, Scootaloo, come on up.
Of course, because they are the good singing voices. Because they're the trio. So technically 3 songs. Oh my god. I want to say that sound you may have heard in the last song was a sound glitch that I wasn't able to fix. I saw that this is apparently happening with a lot of the early videos. I could have replaced it, but I would have rather taken the guess and recorded this as soon as I could. First off, again, I'm gonna say right now, this episode was it's a 9 out of 10, and I'll tell you why. Okay, 1, animation. The lights, the shine on the cutie mark, the ambience, everything about it was very fluent and beyond with the light, with the shine and such. 2, the moral, which is basically be yourself, like be who you were. It's not saying not to change yourself, but it's also not telling you to be used and abused. It's a fair balance. It's basically the moral is saying that you have to know when you're being helped and when you're being taken advantage of, and that's a good moral. So you know, I would say A+ or 10 out of 10 for the moral, whatever it is. Now, the moral, the story progression, how they achieved the moral. They built the character, the manager, by making you not like him, making him obviously abusive and rather, like I said, not easy to impress. He doesn't compliment, really. So, they're making a character that you don't like. And then they have Rara stand up for herself, and Applejack helping her have this realization all throughout the episode. And even though she says it plain out at the end of the episode, for those who didn't get it, it's obvious throughout, which is why it's a good moral progression. And and the last one was character development. And in this case, it was absolutely for Rara, and hopefully for the manager. Hopefully he had a realization too. But Rara obviously knew what to do, basically. She understood that she wasn't really doing what she wanted, or at least she wasn't truly being recognized by the person who helped her become this. And obviously the use of the manager saying, I built this, I made this, without me you'd be nothing, and then disproving it at the end by not needing the manager to do these songs, is basically that character development, that realization for Rara that she doesn't need the manager, and that she at least doesn't... She's no longer blind in what is, like I said, good for her and bad for her. And Applejack certainly grew as a character a little, but it was really Rara. And it's weird because, okay, I want to see this character again, and I hope we do. I hope that they have a nice little get-together in an episode. But at the same time, it seems that this might not be the case. I certainly hope it is, that they meet up again. Oop. That was my fault. But, you know, Applejack basically just portrayed her element of honesty and said what needed to be said and got the ball rolling. And that is what made the character development also very good in this episode. So a 9 out of 10, even 10 out of 10. The only thing that I have against it, and it's sort of biased, is the song. The first song I didn't like because I don't like this. I don't like a lot of songs that just have like that kind of like beat and such, but a lot of people might. So to them, they might think of it as a 10 out of 10 episode because they might like everything. I just didn't like that one song. The last two songs were phenomenal, and I probably listen to them again. And it's something that might even get stuck in my head. So I am basically done with that, with my thoughts. That's basically it, is that it's just a 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10 episode. And frankly, I would recommend, what I would do is, I would show a friend the song and not the where it came from. And unless they heard the word pony in it, they might not know where it comes from. And even if they did, they still might not know where it comes from. And I'm willing to bet that they will like the song immensely. So I think that that's how good an episode it is that it can influence people not only to watch the show and appreciate it because of the songs, but just like, wow, this song is in a show that's meant to be for little girls. You can see the amount of effort and time put into this episode, and in the songs especially. And it sort of is a call out to the Brony fandom because, like, a young girl or a young child isn't really going to hear the lyrics. They might say, that's a really cool song, wow, her voice is good. But, like, an older person would truly understand the time and work and effort that goes into it. And, in my opinion, the success and the fruit of its labor. So, I'm highly recommending this episode as an episode to show to people who are getting into the fandom. I am the MLP Connoisseur. I thank you for your time. Please, if you want to keep up to date on my series and my finale reaction highlights and thoughts, and possible, if not definite, review, I definitely want to try and do something along the lines of a review, please make sure to subscribe and just keep up to date, because that's how you keep up to date. And share your comments and thoughts as to this episode, what your thoughts were, and what you thought of my reaction and my thoughts. So, I will see you in the next video, most likely the announcement for the second Q&A, which will eventually be removed, so this will eventually be irrelevant. Bye!